One of these days when I say I hope the next video is happier, I truly hope the next video is happier than the previous one. We don't know when that will happen. A content warning for everybody: if you are uncomfortable or disturbed by hearing descriptions of animals in pain or suffering, please do not watch this video. I will be showing images on screen, not full video clips. In the pinned comment, I will put a timestamp for when these images occur, so you can skip. Sosoyoung needs to be removed from YouTube. Sosoyoung is an ASMR mukbanger. She's Korean and she is known for eating live food, which isn't food at that point, it's just animals. She eats live animals. Now, we can literally argue all day, every day until the cows come home about if it's right or wrong to eat animal products. We can definitely all acknowledge that animals are mistreated within the meat and dairy industry. And then with those acknowledgements, we can spar until dawn as to whether everybody should be a vegetarian/vegan. But I'm not going to argue about that today, because I think we can all collectively agree that prolonging an animal's suffering before slaughter and eating them alive is wrong. And the strangest thing is, I've seen vegans in her comment section sort of doing a "no you" to the people criticising her, which is almost defending her. Their line of reasoning is, well, all animals are mistreated before they go to slaughter and eating animals is wrong. Yeah, we can agree. However, when we go and pick up our animals, they tend to already be deceased at that point. We don't literally eat them alive, so the last thing they see is our throat hole. And that's why I'm not going to argue the vegan angle on this, because no matter what you say, there is going to be some level of suffering within the animal industry, but the goal should be to minimize it. I'm sorry, there's just no way on earth you're going to get me to acknowledge that if I order fish and chips, it's exactly the same as me burning the animal alive after I've slapped it around out of water for a good 10 minutes. And that's what she does. So this is the part where the images are going to be shown. Here she is, cutting off a squid's hat alive. Squid also happen to have much more complex brain structures than rats do. And here she is, cooking an octopus alive. And if you don't know about octopi, they actually have 9 brains, 1 in their head and a mini brain in each of their tentacles. So imagine being burned alive with 9 times the amount of awareness, 9 times the amount of feeling. This video is actually of a shark, and she's actually cut out the part where she just plonks it on the floor and lets it flap about for a good 5 minutes. Or at least it felt like 5 minutes when I was watching it. She's cut that part out now, but she still holds it up out of the water, and sharks, as everybody should know, are fish. They aren't amphibians. So this shark is suffocating while she's holding it up, and was suffocating when she was letting it flop around on the floor. An argument I hear quite a lot in defense of Sosoyoung is, it's part of her culture. I'm sorry, what? They seem to be under the impression this is something that South Koreans do all the time, or Asians in general. We just love to cause pain to animals. There are certain traditions within certain Asian cultures that do include eating live animal. Izakuri is a practice of preparing sashimi, raw fish, from live seafood in Japan. I'm going to butcher all of these names, by the way. In Taiwan, a chef invented yin-yang fish, where the fish's body is deep fried and served with the head still alive and moving. In Korea, senakaji is when a live octopus has been cut into pieces and is served with its arms still wiggling. Ironically enough, people have actually died from eating senakaji, as if they do not chew and swallow it properly, it can stick to the back of the throat and suffocate or choke a person, killing you while you were killing an animal. However, there generally seems to be 2 different responses to this. Number 1, it's kind of racist to assume that this is just happily part of most Asian people's culture and they have absolutely no qualms with this. In more recent years, Asians have signed petitions and gone up against these traditions because of the animal cruelty. And number two, just because it's a part of a culture doesn't make it right. In China, my culture, we used to bind little girls' feet to make them small. However, this doesn't tend to happen nowadays. As of 2007, only a handful of elderly women had bound feet. It's not generally a part of modern-day Chinese society because it's wrong. We shouldn't be causing unnecessary pain to little girls because we want their feet to be smaller. Just because it was or is a part of a culture doesn't make it right. It absolutely blows my mind that YouTube just allows this to happen and that Sosoyoung has 5 million subscribers. If this were anyone else, if this wasn't a pretty Korean girl doing this, there would be a fire under their arse and people would be hounding them. Yes, people have made videos, plenty of people have made videos calling her out, but there doesn't seem to be any consequences for Sosoyoung. This isn't okay. This shouldn't be shown to 5 million people. This shouldn't be normalised or accepted as part of a culture. This is sick. This is ridiculous. And this is absolutely cruelty to animals. And there's no other way anyone can put it. There have been a good few videos about Sosoyoung and quite a few of them have done really well. And yet nothing has happened. It's been a good nearly year for a lot of them and nothing has happened to her. The comments are still off on certain videos, there's no accountability being taken, and YouTube has done nothing. Nothing at all. Like, I had no hope in YouTube, and yet I've still managed to lose some. I hope I can bring you a happy video at some point. We hope, we pray, we dream. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.